Hi everyone! Today I thought I'd share another card using the polar bear dies and the Arctic bears stamps. Yesterday I shared one that just used the dies and I used trees from a different stamp set. If you love the polar bears, you can take a look at that video in my channel. And today we're going to use the stamps and dies from this one. And we're going to do the Northern Lights technique. So that is using sponges. I might have put a little too much color on these, so we're going to kind of tone it down on this next one. I was just kind of playing around. And if you know more about Northern Lights than me, please let me know how many colors are in them. Are they really all these colors, or are they more greens? I have no idea. I've only seen pictures. So let me get started. What you need is a piece of basic white, and that is what we're going to do our sponging on. And then we need a few colors. So I chose soft sea foam, which looks really bright. You think it's a very light color, but it looks bright against the white and next to all those dark colors. And then I used Pacific Point and magenta. Now on my sample I also brought in Mango Melody for some orange, and I used a little bit of purple, but I'm going to keep this one less colors. So I'm only going to, just to see, I want to play around with and see what looks more realistic. So I'm just going to play around. And we're going to use some sponge daubers. These are awesome. They come in a pack of 5 and you can use them on your fingers. Really nice. Okay, so I thought I would try this 2 different ways too. I did these by cutting out this little icy land mass and that way I could sponge the whole thing. I thought I'd also try it with a masking technique. So we're going to try both ways and we'll see which one we like better. So for the masking technique, you're going to stamp your land mass towards the right. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that down. Okay, now notice it doesn't quite come all the way to the edge. So if my card was horizontal or vertical, then it would go all the way across, but it doesn't. But I'm not concerned about this because my polar bear is going to cover this area. Oh, and then you need to stamp again on a post-it note. I happen to have this large post-it note which is really long, which I really like because I keep kind of a variety of post-it notes in my office, because the long one is going to go across where you really need it to stick, and if I just had those little squares. Although the sticky only comes down so far, so you have to kind of play around with this a little bit. And you can even do this, I suppose. We're going to cut that out. Okay. I'm going to cover my little mountain here. Okay. So for sponging, I'm going to use my daubers, like I said, and I'm going to start with the green. This is soft sea foam. I'm just going to go like this on the side, make sure I'm using, once you get so much ink on there you can't tell what color it is, but this is my soft sea foam. And you know, if you stamp straight down, you're going to kind of get this circle. Even when you try to blend it out, that circle's still there. So it's nice if you start on your post-it note and then work your way up, because then you've got that initial pounce with that circle shape is not so visible. So I'm going to go in these kind of diagonal waves, like so, and move on to my next color, which I'm going to use Pacific Point. I didn't start on my post-it note, as you can see. So then I did kind of get some of these circle shapes. I'll try to blend them out a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to come in with the magenta. Which makes the Pacific Point kind of have a purple look to it. So I'm not even bringing in Gorgeous Grape, but I'm getting Gorgeous Grape in here, aren't I? So if you love color mixing, that's kind of a fun thing to know. Pacific Point plus Magenta Madness equals Gorgeous Grape. Alright. Alright, I've got my diagonals. Now I need to bring in that dark. And we might have to come back. We probably will have to come back and bring in some more color too, but I need to get some dark in there just so I know where I'm at. So I'm going to grab my black. Oops, that's my blue. This must be black. Yes. And you want to kind of come down into your color with that black too, because you're gonna. It's like the Northern Lights are kind of these like I said, I've only seen pictures. I don't know how real they are. But it kind of looked like the colors were in these just shooting colors and thin little bands. So I'm coming up with the black and going kind of into my colors, and you need it really dark, so you're going to have to, I should have re-inked my pad this morning so that because I knew I was going to do this, and I don't want to freshly ink it now because then it'll be so kind of super saturated. Okay. Alright, now like I said, we need to come in with some color again. So I'm going to do that now with my Pacific Point. They really want to be deep colors. And I don't want the white to show through. And you can go over the black with the Pacific Point too, because then it's more of a, less of a black and more of a blue sky, but super dark. Which is especially helpful if you didn't re-ink your black pad like me. Okay, now I want to come back in with my magenta. And finally, my soft sea foam is going to get one more hit. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. So let's remove our mask and see how we did. Pretty good. I like that actually. So you can do it just like this, or if you don't like that, you can cut out, you know, do the whole thing and then cut out this little area and lay it down, and then you don't have to worry about the post-it note. So if you don't have a post-it note, do it this way and just cut this out. You have to cut out either way, right? So you can decide which one, and maybe it's easier to just cut it out and glue it right on top. That's how I did the other two. So there's not a lot of difference actually. Okay, let's put the card together. So we've got our background, and I also made a frame using Night of Navy. Now what I used to make this frame are the stitched rectangle dies, super useful dies. They come in a pack of, oh goodness, I don't know how many there are. Quite a few. And I picked the largest, and then I skipped a size and then picked the next size down. So I've got the largest and then the second to largest, or third to largest piece of stitched rectangle dies, and then I just cut it out in Night of Navy. And I use washi tape to tape them down so that I can cut them in one pass, and that way I've got an even amount all the way around, so you can kind of measure and make it perfect and then run it through your machine. So I've already done that, so you don't have to watch me cut that out. And then I've got a base in Night of Navy also. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down our Northern Lights here. Like that. I'm going to try and center that. And then for our frame, I'm going to use the foam adhesive strips. And we can save the little piece to attach our polar bear. Okay, so I also wanted that icicle, dripping icicle from the die collection. Let me show you that, and we'll cut that out real quick. This one. And then I need my polar bear. Okay. The dies are real fun. Okay, so let's get some scrap of white. I think this one's finished. I think I can get, and I need a piece for my polar bear. Let's see. Is this one big enough? Yes. Okay. So let's stamp those. Maybe I can do them both on the same one. I can. Okay. Got my bear, and I'm not going to do anything to that bear. I'm just going to leave him stamped just like that. And then for the icicles, I'm going to glue them in the corner. Make sure I got them in the right corner. Yes, I do. Okay. Right, that's fun. Okay, I'm going to place our frame down. And then our polar bear. I have a little scrap. Oh, did I already stamp that one? Maybe I'll try it again. I'm going to put our polar bear right here. And I'll use this little piece. And you know, these little foam adhesive strips are not exactly the same size as our dimensionals. They're a little tiny bit taller. So for that reason, I'm going to put the bear on with the scraps of that. And I want them slightly outside the frame, just for fun. I don't know, I think it looks kind of artsy that way. Maybe just to me. And then I'm going to do my thinking of you. Sorry for my head, I have to get like right on top of it with these little skinny ones. Okay. Why didn't I like that one? Oh, I think because I have the T is messed up. Okay. Okay. And then this one I'm going to tuck slightly underneath there so I don't care that it's not the same height. Oops. I don't want to be into my ice crystals there. There. Thinking of you. Now for your inside, there's a nice stamp in the collection that says, "My heart is with you every step of the way," which is perfect for thinking of you. Maybe you've got a friend who's going through some medical issues or whatever, so you can send them some love. I like that saying, "My heart is with you every step of the way." I accidentally smudged that, so let's turn that over. My desk is obviously full of ink at this point, and so are my hands. Okay, and then I'm going to throw these little birds right there. Isn't that a nice sentiment? I really like that. That is going to definitely be of use. Okay. Okay, there's the inside. So your card is done. I hope you enjoyed it. If you remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I make new videos. I've got a few different ideas coming up for these polar bears. I can't stop using them. So I think I've got 2 or 3 more cards that I want to make with this one, more videos. And then someone asked me in my last video what this is. And it is a cap. Sometimes you can find these at the grocery store, like by your plasticware, you know, like for plastic plates and cups and stuff. They called it a condiment cup. For maybe, or you know, you can put out little shots of different dipping sauces, maybe. I don't know, that's what probably it's for. I've seen them in, you know, if you go to some fast food restaurants, they have stuff like this, and then you fill it with ketchup to bring to your table or something, or maybe a restaurant gives you a little dollop of whipped butter in these little containers. So it's just a little plastic container, and I saw this on a video by Sarah Douglas. She was stamping with her family during COVID in their house, and the daughter had come up with this idea. So it's just a hot glue lid, and you just glue that in there, so then when you get a new bottle you keep that lid in there. So like when I need to replace this, I'll just take this cap, toss it, and stick the new bottle in there. Whoops. And that way your glue is always ready to go. It's upside down. So, and I like that one. I have that on my desk. And then I also have this one where a stampy friend of mine, I bring this one to stamp camp and stuff too. It's nice. Same idea, only the lid is not glued in. So both work nicely to keep your glue upside down so it's ready to go. So that's what that is. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know what the Northern Lights are supposed to be, the colors, if you know, if you have some knowledge, if you've seen them in person. I would love to know the reality of the colors. So here I went heavy on orange. Here the colors are kind of more muted, and here I went more heavy on the greens. Thanks for watching. Bye.